Four athletic coaches from Jamaica were in Belize over the weekend for a first-of-its-kind sports workshop. Organized by the Belize Athletics Association, the theme of the workshop was Structuring Belize Athletics for Success.
One of the things that came out, which we all agreed on, was the lack of communication and collaboration amongst the different disciplines and the shortcoming with funding, infrastructure, facilities. So those were the major points, as I'm sure you are aware of and everyone is aware of, that we are all facing the same challenges. So we need to come up with a community effort and figure out how we could best collaborate to kind of mitigate those issues going forward.
The Jamaican coaches agreed that one of the areas of improvements that is needed to advance sports in Belize is increased collaboration with the Ministry of Education. We spoke with a couple of the coaches about how this concept is being implemented in Jamaica.
It is imperative that you have a design, curriculum that every school within Belize is following this kind of a curriculum, and so from an academic and a theoretical perspective, from the kindergarten, the primary schools, the high schools, coming straight up into the tertiary institution. And once you have this kind of a structure, it lends itself to a much better product as it relates to how do we find talent in Jamaica. It is through the PE teachers and the PE classes, just seeing the boys running up and down, jumping, running, climbing, and they say, okay, based on this one, some other type, based on the kind of activity that he is doing, we can put them into various disciplines.
Sport is driven back home by our principals from the primary level and the secondary level essential. And of course, at both levels, you have their association that ensures that the quality of sports from one level to the next helps that sort of transition and therefore to the next level. So our principals play a key role, and along with staff and so forth. So every school has a setup that helps to harness these talents.
And with every discussion related to sports in Belize, a lack of adequate infrastructure is always raised as a talking point. This weekend was no different, and varying views were shared. Physical education lecturer Marlon Gale has his thoughts on this conversation.
We are faced with the same situation like every other Caribbean country and countries outside of the Caribbean as it relates to sports and so forth. But that dedication and commitment ultimately drives and the passion drives coaches to do very well. We don't have all the necessary resources. We don't have all the tracks in every area. I mean, what we have now is as a result of the work that has been done over 100 years. But the thing is, these did not just come as a result of government funding. It was as a result of the work that has been put in, and we realized what our potential was. And then the investment in it ultimately, over time, would have taken us to that point. The same thing can happen here and greater, because even though our kindergarten, our primary schools, they all train on grass. Belize has a lot of land. There's absolutely no excuse for Belize or any other country that we don't have certain resources, because you just need the space.
One thing was agreed upon by all four coaches and those in attendance at this weekend's training. There is a need for greater collaborative efforts among all the sporting associations and federations in Belize. A suggestion has been made for the development of a unified sports strategy led by those passionate about seeing greater advancements in various disciplines. These four coaches noted that Jamaica does not have a secret formula outside of passion and dedication to sports.
I don't think Jamaica have adequate funding to support sports in its entirety, but I do believe that when you're a winner, you have many mothers and fathers. When you're a loser, you become an orphan. And so as coaches, the kind of level of passion that we do have, and how we try to unearth talent, and you just want to get one person that is going to do well and that is going to sell your country, and the powers that be is going to do everything that possible in order to get that funding, because remember, Jamaica is known because of not only that we are quote unquote Jamaica and we have 13 parishes and etc. Jamaica is known because we have some man who can run fast, or some footballers who play some good football, or some netballers, the sunshine girls. You know, we are known because of, well known because of sports. Everywhere you go, everybody can tell you about a Shelley and Fraser, Elaine. Everybody can tell you about a Usain Bolt, and it is because of the talent. You know, and I mean, we started with some simple athlete who are now world beaters.
One of the things that came out was, would athletics take the lead? We athletics don't mind taking the lead, and we will take the lead and lead the charge in order to get everyone more collaborating and communicating to see how we can collectively move sports in Belize forward.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.